Welcome back, artists. We are ready to pull a proof. A proof is just a way of checking how things look on your print before you kind of go for the whole thing. So we're going to take just a dark marker and you're going to be coloring in all of the white in the spaces. And we're going to, in the future when we do this, you can be using different colors in the different places, but for this particular purpose, we are just going to use one color because it'll go a little bit quicker. You are avoiding the border that we created so that it will space it on the paper, and it also gives you a good place to hold your work when you are coloring it. So I'm going to color this whole thing in with marker. Now that I have my Styrofoam covered in marker, it is time to print. But before we print, we are going to wet our paper. So you're going to want to have a sponge. I have a sponge on just a cover here. And I'm going to, it's sopping wet right now. I don't want it that drippy. I want it wet, but I don't want it sopping wet. So I'm going to squeeze it out. And I'm going to just go over my paper. Now I want the paper to be wet, but there should not be any puddles. Then once I have it wet, I'm going to flip this over, put it on top. And again, once we get this on top, you don't want it to move. And you're going to give it a good push or massage. You're going to massage this. You can do it a couple of ways. I like to use like the side of my fist. I make a fist and I kind of rub with that part of my hand. You can also use your fingers, and if you're super duper careful, you can pick this up and flip it over, and that makes it a little bit easier and a little bit more exciting because you can start to see the marker coming through. This also allows you to peek. You can pull this off and peek at it. And I'm going to take this off, and you can see my design. Now, this one looks pretty good. If you see any spots where, like the eyes here, I might want to go over that just a little bit more because you can kind of see that mark there. So I might take my pen and just go back over that. This is a reversal. So this is sort of like your line of symmetry. Even though the letters are backwards here, they are correct over here. So I also want to think about make these a little bit more legible. I think I'm going to go over the dino again one more time and maybe the R and the E over here so they stand out a little bit more. So wherever you don't have a nice solid dark line like this, you might want to go back and just give it one more once over.